there is also a very important element we haven't talked about yet. It's about data quality. Needless to say that data scarcity is a fact of life. Not every business has the power, the infrastructure to train complicated, very complex algorithm with the right amount and quality of data. It makes the most sense to begin with smaller and less ambitious endeavors initially for any business while integrating AI into the system. In my point of view, this is one of the first elements we must consider when it comes to creating a new business.
Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of the engatica interview series. I'm your host, Kimberly, and we're really excited to have you join us today. We have with us a very special guest. We have Badr Boussabat with us, Senior Advisor at Eastnets and a President and Founder of AI Together on the show. A very warm welcome to you. It is so nice to have you join us today.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Before we dive into a crazy interview with Badr, let me tell you what Engatica is all about. The Engatica interview series is a powerhouse of insights from industry experts and influencers from around the world, a platform that provides latest news on AI, automation, and technologies that will help you grow your business. Come be a part of Engatica where we learn, share, and grow together. My very first question to you is, how will AI be integrated with the company's overall strategy? Keeping in mind that strategies and technology are two different components, how do you think is an essential way to actually combine both these elements?
This is a very important question because a 2018 study conducted by MIT stated that a large proportion of firms, over 50%, believe that AI will significantly remodel their business perspective by 2023. Creating a successful AI business plan requires first identifying internal business processes and then determining which ones would benefit from the integration of AI technology. A strategy can be developed to deliver tailored, engaging, and informative content to specific accounts. What's good with AI is the following aspects. Artificial intelligence can automate the process of researching and gathering relevant information. It's about avoiding time-consuming tasks. And this data can be analyzed by AI algorithms to classify and prioritize leads and opportunities. And let me add an extra element. AI can predict revenue and assist in managing sales channels, inventory, and other resources. Utilizing deep learning techniques and artificial intelligence in general, thanks to that, businesses can automatically identify patterns and trends from large data sets. This can save employees time and effort on research, which in turn improves overall efficiency. This is what we are talking about. And additionally, this enables teams to uncover valuable opportunities and make more informed decisions. And last aspect, if I may say, marketers can use AI to gain useful customer insights, automate routine tasks, and improve workflows. Any company can use AI to create more individualist experiences by evaluating massive amount of customer data. And this is something we should take into account in companies in general. In my point of view, companies in general use less than 20% of available data. We absolutely need to transform the way we use artificial intelligence.
Right. When you really spoke about how important, data is and how AI can really help, it actually brings me to one thing that I really read across an article a few days back is if you don't want to use data the right way, you rather not just collect it. because companies just start collecting data but then don't know how to effectively use that. And I feel like you mentioned, AI can really help categorize and scrutinize data and also help efficiency of employees. Is AI something that should be accessible to everyone, keeping in mind how um, cybersecurity, data privacy, and other such terms are coming into picture? Do you think, what are your opinions on AI being accessible to everyone?
Yes, indeed, we should make AI accessible in terms of economic contribution, in terms of added value in the economy, and then we can distribute this benefit to anyone in society, in the economy. For example, within Eastnets, as senior advisor, we use artificial intelligence to defend the economy, to protect the economy against fraud and money laundering. As you know, finance is the intermediary between people and the economy. And thanks to artificial intelligence, we gonna help the financial sector be more likely to function and more effectively, as trust among economic agents will get higher and higher. This is what precisely the great thinker Keynes stated. Economic growth depends on the level of confidence in the economy, and AI will play a major role. Businesses only benefit from 20% of the available application and knowledge in artificial intelligence. This is just unbelievable. And for example, the financial sector uses even less despite having the most data. And let me add an extra element. The data I use is structured data, which only represent 20% of the available data. You can't imagine how inclusive we will be and how accessible we will be thanks to the use of unstructured data, which represents 80% of available data. We will be more likely to be even more precise in the year to come in terms of prediction, in terms of inclusion. The future of artificial intelligence in finance, but also in general, lies first in using AI to combat financial crimes, fraud, and also all these challenges around the authenticity
Yes.
regarding identity screening.
Yes, thank you so much, Vadir. That was a really good point to actually highlight. My third question to you is, you have an amazing way of putting, topics such as artificial intelligence and really seeing it from an advisor point of view. We've come across this concept on your profile, is the augmented basic income. Can you throw light on this topic and help us understand what really is this topic?
Thank you so much for this question. Indeed, I have been promoting this concept for a while. Um, I can't pretend being the pioneer in terms of launching that kind of concept, but I think that I'm one of the inventors of this concept. This is the augmented basic income. And actually, why the augmented basic income is better, is superior to the traditional, the conventional basic income. This is because it is based on data. Augmented basic income is based on data, and data is an infinite raw material. Data is a resource used to power artificial intelligence to improve decision making in a given environment. Um, Anyone can create it constantly without interruption. Unlike money, because the conventional basic income is based on money, but unlike money, the indivisible nature of data allows for social benefit without necessarily taking from the income of another person who is assumed to be more affluent. Actually, the finite nature of money has conditioned ideologies in general on taxation for hundreds of years, leading to sometimes frontal opposition between some great thinkers like John Rawls and Robert Nozick.
Correct.
And these two authors are perfect illustration of this. With data, these ideological positions collapse. as a new way of considering the economy emerged, even promising to correct the ills of our society. Thanks to artificial intelligence and thanks to a new paradigm we should understand. The value of data is greater than that of money. And even negative rates or low interest rates contribute to decreasing the value of money. These low rates, the low rates we are actually and currently facing in the economy, even have a negative effect on the supposed eternal confidence in money. I talked about it just earlier about this confidence in the economy. And the rush towards cryptocurrencies in general show that the plateaus, social conventions are in motion. The printing press, which has been in operation for several years, increases the volume of money available, contributing to decreasing the value of money in circulation. However, data, this is very important to understand. Data is experiencing an opposite fate. Every day, we create data, we generate data whose volume and value continue to increase without any negative correlation, unlike the observation with money. When you when you increase the interest rates, you have a negative impact on the value of of money in circulation. But this is not true for data. And let me state the following. Let me share with you this very important aspect. We are doomed to be rich. Data exudes an intrinsic virtue that fundamentally distinguish it from money. Let me explain that in a nutshell. Money is created, currency, money is created by banks based on a bet, which consists of predicting with a certain probability the formation of capital. Sorry to be technical on that, but it's very important to understand. But data is not constrained in its creation by the value of work, as it is created by each individual and each company continuously and with a limited risk. This is very important to understand. The augmented basic income would be very valuable because we're going to use data, and data is less risky than conventional currency, conventional money. And I will end with the following element. We are also doomed to be free. Data bases its legitimacy on what is most human, in what is most human life in general. Money is tied to future work, which still remains a constraint for a good number of individuals. But data is tied to life and expresses itself through this freedom to produce it without necessarily performing a professional task that can be, in this case, tedious and risky. I mean, I'm not talking about all jobs, but some jobs are quite difficult for people. I refer to manual jobs, for example. And the risk here being the probability of no longer being able to work after an unfavorable situation is also something very difficult. But with data, we can absolutely tackle that kind of issues to make our world a better place.
Thank you so much, Badr. It was really nice to know something like this and how currency and data are two very important elements and how you've compared them. Thank you so much for throwing light on this topic. I'm sure it is a really interesting topic. I would just like to ask you, do you have any resources that our audience can go back to refer to and know more about this concept? It would be really helpful.
Sure. Thank you so much. Yeah, I performed a TEDx speech about artificial intelligence linked to the augmented basic income. And you can find it on YouTube, translated into English. And I'll also share several articles on that topic. But indeed, if you want to reach out to me to better understand the concept, I will be always available to share some insights.
Thank you so much. We will make sure we link the TEDx talk in the description below, and we will update your profile with the interview as well and the articles, like you mentioned, so our audience can really, work through this article and really use them and understand such concepts better. My last question to you is: are there any other sound bites you'd like to leave our audience with?
Yeah, indeed. We talk about data, we talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about performance, we talk about marketing campaigns, we talk about protecting the economy thanks to artificial intelligence in finance, and also combating financial crime. But there is also a very important element we haven't talked about yet. It's about data quality. Needless to say that data scarcity is a fact of life. Not every business has the power, the infrastructure to train complicated, very complex algorithm with the right amount and quality of data. It makes the most sense to begin with smaller and less ambitious behaviors initially for any business while integrating AI into the system. In my point of view, this is one of the first elements we must consider when it comes to creating a new business, a new a plan for, I mean, when we want to develop an AI strategy or an AI business. We can't be ambitious and create and launch a new business in the artificial intelligence world, in the world of artificial intelligence, without getting sure that the data we're going to use will be useful. This is how some businesses fail, because they do not understand what kind of data they have around. And this is a very important element. This is the first thing, the first task any business should consider before going into the markets. This is very important to consider. And data is not, let's say, very easy to get in some sectors. Some sectors are quite wealthy in terms of data availability, like finance or healthcare, but other sectors lack in getting data easily. This is why it's very important to understand how data evolves over time in a specific sector.
Thank you so much, Badr, for sharing these valuable insights. These were some really new topics and very interesting topics to learn more about. I'm sure if your calendar allows, we can have a part two of this series. But thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights with us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for the invitation. I look forward to listening to this very great podcast and welcoming podcast.
Well, thank you so much for joining the community and hopping on this series. For more content, subscribe to Engati and tap the bell icon so you get access to exclusive content coming from thought leaders from around the globe. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you around with the news episode soon.